This little trinket felt extremely sad because all of its companions had been sold, while it hadn't. It was left to be cleared out in the end. The box was opened, and a pair of hands reached in, took out the colored egg, and placed it on a cabinet. The colored egg waited with great anticipation. However, as time ticked by, all the items on the cabinet were chosen by customers and bought one by one. In the end, it was left alone on the cabinet and eventually became an item for clearance sales. The colored egg was very heartbroken. One day, someone reached out a hand towards it, and it was put into a gift box and given to someone else. But the person who received the gift just took a glance when opening it and then closed the lid again. This made the colored egg extremely disappointed. The gift box was then relabeled with a card and given to another friend. However, the new recipient thought the colored egg was too flashy and threw it into the utility room. It wasn't until there was a need to give a gift again that it was put back into a box and given to the next person. The colored egg peeked through the gap each time. It was full of anticipation but also a bit timid, afraid of being abandoned again. And every person who received the gift just took a look when opening it and then gave it to someone else again. In this way, it was passed on again and again, and it didn't know how many people it had changed hands with. Some used it as a doorstop, and some used it to press down papers. Finally, it was abandoned and sent to a second-hand store. There were all kinds of discarded items there, like a frowning little pig, an owl with a, here, can be translated as forlorn or dejected to fit the context better, look on its face, and a toy bear abandoned in the corner. It stood on the shelf, looking at the toys in the store that had long lost their luster. Thinking about its current situation, it felt as if they were all abandoned by the world at that moment. It walked to the edge of the cabinet in despair. After thinking for a moment, it closed its eyes and leaped forward from the shelf, ending its life of not being loved by others. But unexpectedly, at the moment of its death, it shone brilliantly. As it landed, it triggered an internal mechanism, and inside was a magnificent merry-go-round. Unfortunately, until the very last moment, no one discovered its wonderful side. There are too many prejudices in the real world, and we can't control what others think. But please believe that even if the whole world doesn't love you, it doesn't matter, because when you love yourself well, you'll find that the whole world will come to love you.